Hello, welcome back. Murloc, I'm the Throne of Fortune. That's like my Throne of Misfortune, except it gives 2 pearls instead of 4, and spreads luck instead of misfortune. We teleported an adept around, did augury and didn't find anything, summoned some grubs. There was a battle in Bergamum. This was Call of the Winds, sending some hawks to attack Bergamum, which is the province that has the disease site that isn't Well of Pestilence. Can't remember which one it is. Fortunately for us, Bergamum is... that's such a funny name. Bergamum is the province where last turn one of the local nobles was afraid of uprisings. So it's currently on 20 defense, so they see off the birds quite easily. And then there were 3 battles. One in Pania was my army, taking the forest. No problems. One in Omia, which is Man sending out reinforcements near Fisha, which is unfortunate. And one in Norville, which is the Misshapen Tyrant. This is the Bane Tyrant we've put gear on. I wanted to check out how his fatigue would do, because he's only Earth 1, so he can't do Summon Earth Power. I was hoping Soul Vortex would be good enough, though. But when he's cast his spells, he's all the way up to 106 fatigue, which is not great. But once some things are in range of him, he starts life draining them, and he goes down to 74. Back up to 92. It's a bit awkward. I'm not sure if that's going to be safe or not. I feel like as long as there's lots of stuff around him that he can life drain, he'll be okay, but... it's a bit uncomfortable having him end on 96 fatigue. One of the problems is the lead shield has 3 additional encumbrance on it, which puts him up to 7, which is not great. I'll have to keep an eye on him, but for now he's staying as he is. So that's Norville. The other Bane Tyrant has a Vine Shield instead. He's only 4 encumbrance. He might do a bit better. Events, in Midria we got more water elementals. Air Gems in Phlegra, Bad Harvest in Keshado. In Pania we got a Hog Knight. Because why not? Not sure what use he's going to be, but he does have 40 leadership, I suppose. No use commanders. Fortress in Jome is completed, and Fisher is back open. For some reason I thought the walls would be immediately back up to full, but I guess not. So this is a bit awkward. I know that in Fisher there's not much there, there's just the Ghost King guy. And then there's this stack, which isn't too threatening. So I had this big plan in my mind where I had everyone set up like this. I was going to teleport in my adepts who were going to spam solar rays. I was going to cloud trapeze in these air mages to do some big air elementals. I had shackled mages with earth boots and earth gems coming in to do sow dragon's teeth. I was going to sit here and wait for him to break siege and stuff like that, and say yeah, if he breaks siege and moves this into me, we'll just fight with these guys. Oops. And all the air elementals and the sow dragon's teeth, and we'll see. We'll roll the dice and see what happens. And then I chickened out. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to move off the fort, because next turn we'll have Mind Hunt. And I thought, it doesn't really make any sense taking the risk, does it? We can move off the fort, and then we have 4 astral mages nearby who can all just spam this fort with Mind Hunt and kill off this all the animists who are going to do Howl and stuff. And then we can move up the worms, and then we can move back on the fort when we're a bit safer. We'll just catch some slaves in Lost Canyon range for a turn or 2 and then go back onto it. And then just keep hammering it with Mind Hunts. We generate 19 astral pearls per turn, so it just seems safer, right? It makes no sense to sit here and try and defend when next turn we can just hit him with artillery. I don't think. So we're moving off. Antigonos here, it's going to continue sieging with a hurler and 3 militia. But next time we're just going to hit it with Mind Hunts and catch slaves in Lost Canyon range. I'm also ducking over here as well. The temptation here is to just move all the stacks onto Man, but again I thought, why bother? He is probably going to move his stuff back into Man now, right? Because he's going to see these 2 giant stacks threatening, so he has to move back. So I'm just not going to move into Man. I'm just going to take these 2 provinces with the tyrants. One tyrant's going to get the cave, one's going to get Phrygia. While I just build it, I'm going to move more mages into Norville to join these guys. These guys are just going to patrol down the 312 on rest and catch more slaves. And yeah, same thing. Next turn we'll that reminds me. I wanted to change this. Let's put a lab in this forest. Next time we can mine hunt. So we'll just mine hunt his cap, I think. It makes more sense, right? Like, I'm not... Why would we smash armies together if we don't have to? We want to force him to smash his army into us, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm playing too cautiously, because man can't be very strong in the position he's in. This is all he has, this and this. But I don't know. It just feels more correct to try and dodge the fight, because if someone else was pressuring us, it would be different. Because if someone else was pressuring us, I'd have to wrap this up quick. But since there's still no one pressuring us, it feels like I can just try and strangle man, right? I don't know, maybe it's wrong. Maybe it's boring to watch as well, I don't know. But it seems like every time I try to like stumble fort, I make a mistake, so maybe I'm developing some kind of trauma about it. I'm not sure. But we are still sitting the Bane Venom Charm in his cap anyway, so everything here is continuously getting diseased. So it's not like we're doing nothing. There is actually a purpose to sitting here. Alright, I'm ending turn anyway. I hope this is fine, I don't know. Maybe I'm playing wrong. I feel like I've played wrong this whole game though, so... I don't know. Oh, that was turn 55 anyway. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Hello, welcome back. We got evocation done. That puts us up to Mind Hunt, which is great. Did some spells, didn't find any sights. We cast Rebuke Fate this turn with Antipater. And this is what he looks like now. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that this is one of the bad outcomes from casting Rebuke Fate. Not really what I was hoping for when I cast the spell. He's a healer warrior with Shattered Soul 10. What did torrents cost? 315 gold. 315 gold and 2 recruitment turns and 5 fire gems to get this guy. Slightly salty about that, not gonna lie. Then there were a few battles. We took, well, man took Eel from us. This is, this army that's over by Fisha. I thought this army was going to attack Fisha and he was going to break siege and knock me off. Apparently not. I've been outplayed yet again. He just moved into Eel, so I didn't have to, like, dark or anything. Could have just stormed the fort and tried to kill his Ghost King with all my mages. Probably would have went quite well. Oh well. And then we took Cavern of Tog with Phlegra and Tyrant. Well, our Misshapen Tyrant. We spied a battle between Nabar and Ind. Looks like Nabar is at war with Ind now. We sent them married. This guy is a very powerful mage. He basically does Living Fire and then Smokeless Fire. Makes short work of Province Defense. So we'll try and keep an eye on that war. That's good to know. I think that means all of our neighbours are at war now. Yeah. So we're even safer. And battling Phlegra as well. This was the other Tyrant. This is the one with the Vine Shield. I wanted to check what his fatigue was like. So they all start with Soul Vortex. This one's pretty good because the Hawks fly in and get Soul Vortex. Then he still does Temper Flesh, Iron Shield, and Iron Skin and Fire Shield. That leaves him on 105, so he's still much higher. Well, he's still over 100. And then he Soul Vortexes some guys. He's down to 32. See what he's on when he flies. 48. I don't know, he's pretty fatiguey. 63. I'm still sure that the Soul Vortex will keep him safe though, as long as there's enemies around. Events Pania, another leader of the fertility cult in Pania. Got a big elemental in Midria from the water site. Lost income in Phlegra, and we got the Peddler Peddling His Wares event. That's probably the lowest amount of gems I've ever seen from that event. And then we found 6, this was like ridiculous. These are the fertility cult leaders in Pania. There are so many of these people. And it's kind of a mess because we're scripted Well, I haven't really like fixed the script or anything. They're all just dumped here on whatever they were scripted to do. So we do that 6 times. We start on 504 units in this province. We actually lost a sage though somehow. And we end on 428 units in this province. So we lost about 65 units just from patrolling because we found all of these Dryad mothers and heretics. And we basically just nuke ourselves over and over again and die to heat, I think. I'm not sure exactly. But yeah, we lost quite a lot of stuff. We lost 1 sage. We lost our cave drake. We lost about 30 helot warriors. The only things that survived all the way to like the final event were the Dinyashi and the Gigantes. That's pretty rough. I think that should be the last of those Dryad mothers though, because I checked the where am I? I checked the log. It looks like there's a leader of the fertility cult is sowing her blasphemies in secret. That message has appeared 6 times. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So I'm hoping that's the end of that. And also because the unrest was so high, we couldn't catch slaves, which I guess makes sense. I didn't think about it. Also patrolling, and we got 2 people into the Hall of Fame. One of them is hugely influential nutritionist, who got lightning reflexes, which is pretty good actually. Yeah. That gives defense, and does it also give combat speed? No. What does it give? Yeah, just increased defense. Okay, it's still pretty good though. Currently on +2. If we can get that up, it's quite nice so we can really bump up his defense. Maybe we'll turn this guy into a thug next. And also my prophet got into the Hall of Fame as well. He got heroic quickness, which gives you combat speed. Yeah, heroic ability plus 50%. Does it also give you defense and attack and stuff? Doesn't look like it. And that's it for messages. Alright, so this turn we can mind hunt now. For some reason I thought it was S3, it's S4, so we've got 2 guys who can do it with caps. We've got 1 guy in the cave, and 1 guy in Ard. So both of them are just going to mind hunt this army. I'd like to just pop the 2 leaders if possible, and just stall this here. And once we do that, we'll start trying to kill his god, I guess, or we could start hitting his cap with them as well. I'm pretty sure that the one in Ard, at least, mind hunt, man, yeah, that's within range. I'm pretty sure they're both within range. But I'm just going to try and mind hunt eel for now. We'll see how it goes. Meanwhile, in Lost Canyon range, I'm going to build a lab here so I can sit here for a few turns and just get some gear back. I'm going to catch some slaves. I'm going to move the grubs into Lost Canyon range. And then probably in Eternity I'll just move back onto Fuchsia. If it's just his god here, it should be doable. He might be summoning loads of chaff, but I don't know. I've got plenty of elementals and stuff. I've got 2 Thug Tyrants. It should be fine. I was just expecting to like have no units and have this army as well, which is why I dipped, so I might not have had to do this. But we'll see how the mine hunt goes and then we'll see what happens here. We'll move back onto the fort in a turn or 2. And down here I'm also still not attacking man. I'm just going to build up Force and Pania. I've scripted things correctly now, so it's actually laid out nicely. There's the 2 Bane Tyrants. Got the Fire Mages like pushed to the front so that the Fire Elementals can get out. I'll just build up units for a turn or 2 and then I'll move on to man. And that should be fine. I realize this is still probably a bit boring because I've stalled so long, but I don't know, it's still, I mean, this is still like a scary army. Other thing worth mentioning is that I've put a scout back in this province and I've taken the flying shoes off this guy. Because now that I own all of these provinces and I've got armies around, if this guy gets discovered and he retreats, I don't want him to end up in one of these provinces and start diseasing my own dudes, so he's scripted to, I'm going to push him forward as well, he's scripted to attack, so yeah, if he does get discovered he'll just die in man instead of retreating into one of my armies. I don't think there's anything else too interesting happening this turn. The Tyrant who turned into a Helot Warrior, I've given him a Ring of Water Breathing. He's going to walk to Blue Water and then put the Ring of Water Breathing in the lab so that he drowns. I wonder how much this guy costs. Okay, just 6 gold here. Fortunately, he doesn't have Tyrant upkeep. But yeah. He generates 10 unrest, so I'd rather just get rid of him than try and do anything with him. He also has no leadership as well. That's it for this turn, I think. So that was 56. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on 57. Hello, welcome back. We got Thaumaturgy done. That does give us, with the bones, the big version of Dust to Dust. Might be useful if I can cast it. Gonna go into Alteration now. A lot of the big kind of buffs are at 7, so we'll pick that up next. We'll get Phoenix Power for our Tyrants. We can commune into Fog Warriors. Can cast Marble Warriors with our Earth guys. Can probably do Doom as well, actually, with our Adept. Yeah, there's lots of stuff here we can use. Even the nature stuff, I suppose. So we'll pick that up, and then we'll see what we're doing. Cast lots of spells. Augury, nothing. Mind Hunt. We hit Dabir, but he managed to resist. Dark Knowledge found no sights. Mind Hunt hit Herminius, and he was killed. I think he might be a Mundane Commander. Or maybe a Province Defense Commander, I don't know. He wasn't a mage. Searched Lost Canyon Range. We found an Orichalcum Mine. And then we also... Oh, I guess we didn't find anything else. I'll just go to that province then. Lost Canyon Range already has a great gold mine, bringing in 100 gold mine income per turn. Now it's got the Orichalcum Mine as well, for 150 gold and 100 resources. That's a really nice province. Then we spied a battle in Shadowland. Ind attacking Nabar. Apparently Ind is a blood nation, good to know. He's got a bunch of vampire lords. I assume these are from the vampire blood spell. In the JBBM balance mod, you don't summon vampires, you turn into a vampire, if that's what this is. So blood nations hitting vampire isn't quite as like shattering as in vanilla Dominions. But it still shows that he's pretty advanced in his blood economy, if that's what it is. He also has tons of these commanders. I thought these were units at first when I saw them across the battlefield. And then I noticed this one has a Cauldron of Broth, and it's like, oh yeah, they're all commanders. It's kind of weird. I guess they recruit these commanders and then summon these lions and patrol with them when they're blood hunting. So that was Ind taking back a province off Nabar. We had a Mukarib here. Winner was Man, taking another province by Fuchsia. Unfortunately, both animists are still in this battle. So we didn't manage to mind hunt either of them. Let's see, it's Vinzil and Yelik. We'll keep that in mind going forwards. And then a bunch of events. In Pania, we ended the... No, we did not end the Fertility Cult storyline. But we have definitely done something. Losing its leader, the Fertility Cult has wilted. However, like weed in the garden, it must be rooted out by faith or sword lest it return again. So I assume that means either by preaching or patrolling. I'm gonna trigger something else. Hopefully it doesn't kill all my troops again. Forest of Eden. This one we did end. This was the other cult. We managed to sway the emerging cult into the fold of the pure faith. Did absolutely nothing, but it got rid of the story event. And a final one. In Midria, we managed to trap one of the elementals into a bottle of living water, and then the lake grew still. And that's the end of that event as well. So we've almost finished all of the story events in our territory. Lost some gold in Fuchsia. Pretty funny. But gained 444 gold in Thodaz and another Azure Mage, which is nice. And that's it for messages. So where's that guy? He is in Thodaz, Utu. He came with a pair of boots of water walking. It's a pretty interesting choice for a guy who can walk through water provinces. Okay, so this turn, down here, I've been forging penetration boosters for my adepts. So we've got a spell focus, which gives +1 penetration and Fool's Luck, and an Eye of the Void, which gives +2 penetration but lowers your magic resistance. Is cursed, is tainted. Additionally gives you Spirit Sight though. So this guy has +3 penetration now, and the guy in the cave has +1 penetration. They're doing more mind hunts on winner. I'd quite like to kill the leaders on this army so that it can't move. We managed to capture quite a few slaves this turn. So we've now got bodyguards and everyone, and we've got about 70 more units free to fire in the front. We cloud trapezed some air mages in as well. They've got bottles of living water, which I've been forging with my underwater mage every turn. So we've got quite a few of those now. There's 4 in this army. Arnold, Aster, Edop, and World Record for Thickest Neck all have bottles of living water. So that gives us 2 air elementals, 4 water elementals, a bunch of fire elementals, and 2 geared tyrants in this army. They're going to move back onto Fuchsia. We'll try and storm it next turn, I think. We've got 283 siege strength, so that should be fine. Might not crack open immediately, but it'll get done. Yeah, the way it's been scripted now is that I've got the tyrants really far forwards, and they're mostly the same, but they're going to spam dust to dust once they go off script. Well, once they finish the usual fire elemental stuff. This just does 22 armor damage to undead, so it'll be pretty good against the Ghost King. We've also got an adept here doing solar rays, which is similar. It's armor piercing, longer range though. I'll move back onto Fuchsia, and hopefully that wraps up in the next turn or two. This doesn't feel as threatening now that I feel a bit more. I've got the lab here, so I was able to distribute gems properly and give out items and all that stuff. It should go okay, especially if I manage to blow up their brains before they get anywhere. And up near Man, this is probably going to resolve soon as well. I've got all of these mages now walking over to Pannier. The army's all kind of finally together. We've got a giant communion now ready as well, so they're probably the newest addition to the army. I've got an A2 guy doing Wind Guard as well. These guys don't have gems yet because there's no lab anywhere. They'll pick up the lambs in Pannier, pick up the gems in Pannier, assuming everything goes fine. And then right the way down the bottom, I've got some communions set up. This one's just going to be a Falling Fires communion. This one's going to be a Thunderstrike communion. And the other one is going to do Arrowfend, buff up a little bit, and then do Storm on turn 5. I don't want to do Storm too early because I do have 2 Bane Tyrants who will fly and attack rear. I don't want to prevent them from flying. But we'll do Storm in the end. And then all of my air mages can do Summon Storm Power as well, which I just remembered I didn't script yet. But it'll just look something like this. But basically be the same. That's pretty much it for this turn. Since this event is now wrapped up, I'm going to move all the water elementals to Phlegra. Scouts are still moving through territory over here. We can see a lot of Kalem's territory, and there's his cap. See quite a lot of Uruk's territory as well. And I'm forging a couple of items still. Let's see. Oh, right. I'm going to roll the dice with another Tyrant. We've had 2 fairly decent outcomes from Rebuke Fate so far, and then 1 terrible outcome. So let's try casting it one more time. If this goes well, we'll keep using it. If it goes badly, I'm going to cut my losses and just leave it there and never cast it again, probably. But I'm also forging Skull of Fire. That's the second fire booster. I'll have 2 fire boosters once that's done. Still forging Bottles of Living Water. Forging another Starshine Skull Cap. Oh, because the Adept we just recruited is also S3. So he's going to be another Mind Hunter, which is great. We're going to have quite a lot of artillery. Forging a Ring of Regen, since we've got lots of nature gems. We're going to need one of those eventually. Still doing remote site searching. Forging a penetration booster for that Adept. That's about it. So we'll try and wrap up the war with Man over the next few turns, I think. He still hasn't caught this Bane Venom guy, so his army must be pretty badly diseased at this point. But it doesn't look like he's going to be demoralized enough to go AI, so which is kind of what you're hoping for. So whether I like it or not, I'm going to have to smash my army into his and hope that I get the better of the exchange. It would be nice to hit Alteration first so that we can cast some of those big buffs, but I don't know, we probably stalled enough. That was turn 57. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next turn.